So, in the last week, Javier Milei has announced that he's going to eliminate retentions temporarily. But is this something good? Why is he doing this? Well, I have prepared this little video in the hope of giving some context to the whole situation. Well, because understand what are retentions. Retentions are a type of tax in Argentina that happens when you want to export something out of the country, which honestly is weird. Like you are giving money to your own economy. But well, that is for another debate. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's say you want to export corn, You have to sell it to a company that exports, So let's say you have about $1,000 of worth of corn here, you know? So you sell it to the export company, okay? And they will charge you a percentage of the value that you are bringing in. Let's say, for example, it's 18%, let's say, yeah? So they are going to charge you $180 to export $1,000 of corn. This $180 goes straight up to the government. So this is what is called a retention. But why does the Argentinian government use them? A long history, it has been used to have higher income coming from taxes in moments of crisis or to help the inside economy of the country. The type of reasoning is if people don't export the items, they are going to keep being on the country, therefore there is going to be a higher offer and therefore prices are going to be lower. But in practice, it has shown mixed results, mainly due to another external factors like inflation. Government has been decreasing the amount of retentions over time, but right now it just has decided that never mind, we don't need them at all, temporarily. See, the government recently had a pretty wacky crisis in the past months. Here comes into play the dollar. See, the dollar has a major impact in international economies. In the case of Argentina, it's one of the best ways to measure how the peso is doing. It's simple. If you need more pesos to buy a dollar, that means that the peso is having less value. And people really don't like that. They want to protect their money. So they just run up, buy more dollars, which in change increases the demand on the dollar, which in change increases the price. And it's just a never ending cycle because the price increase, people want to buy more dollars, and blah. To stabilize the peso dollar relationship is having more dollars. And the main way to do it is from exports. And this is where retention comes into play. The government needs a lot of dollars entering the economy. So what they're going to do is allow people to export without retentions, which in change increases the flow of dollars coming into the country. So they can get the necessary amount of money to calm the situations. But how did we get here in the place? Why is the dollar so shaky right now? The opposition in Argentina. I'm not going to talk about them as much in this video. I think it will be a great topic to talk about them in another video, but let's just go to the point. What you need to know is that the market really doesn't like them, like at all. And recently they won, let's call it a state election. So the market saw that, they were like, oh no. So the market just said, hell no, I'm getting out of here. So the stock went down, interest rates increased, and we had the dollar situation. So now the real question is this a good move from Javier Milei to just delete the retentions? But before that, I would like to give you a bizarre fact about Argentina. Per video, I would like it to give you a little bit of a wild or a fact of Argentina. So here is the one for today. In 2022, when we were on the pandemic, an Argentinian deputy in a public Zoom meeting decided it would be a good idea to... Well, this is the picture.
Argentina, un país con buena gente.
Yep, that is what you think it is. I don't know what went through his head to be like, this is a freaking good place to do this. But hey, Argentina is the only country where this type of shit happens, you know? But well, we got out of the topic, let's go back to the video. Uh, the temporarily stopped retentions are going to increase the amount of dollars in the economy, and I personally think it's a good move for the overall situation. But it's mainly going to help big agricultural companies instead of small or medium ones. This because this type of business usually export their products around April, so small and medium companies don't really have the stock to get an advantage here. Big companies actually do have the means to get the stock and use this opportunity. And this isn't necessarily a bad situation, like, after all, the objective right now is to get dollars as fast as possible. Seeing if this is a bad decision right now, we should see if this is bad for the future. Like, let's imagine if for the next April, companies are not going to have as much stock to sell. But I doubt so because this is, after all, temporarily, and big and small companies should still have the stock, you know? But although Javier Milei has done this in the past where he announces like a lowering in taxes that is supposed to be temporarily, but then he decides it to be permanent. So we will have to wait and see how all develops. And also there have been a lot of things like happening to the dollar. How Donald Trump has made like the dollar price just go in the Argentinian economy, which is something good. I think we are going to talk about that in the next video. Pretty much the end of the video. Leave a comment if you think this is a good or bad idea, and what other impact you think it may have in the market. So that's basically it. See ya!